I'm Luke Westway for CNET here at the Samsung Galaxy S3 launch with Samsung's latest Android mobile. But how does it stack up against the competition? Let's see how the S3 fares against the iPhone 4S and the HTC One X. So the S3's design is very attractive. It's a really massive phone with a 4.8-inch screen. There's a physical home button at the bottom still that carries over from the Samsung Galaxy S2, and the phone is very, very slim and lightweight. The iPhone 4S's design didn't change at all from the original iPhone 4. The glass front and back still looks really good, but at 9mm thick it is a bit chubbier than all the others. The HTC One X, like the S3, is on the massive side, packing an enormous display into its rounded shell. The body's made of plastic, which feels firm, but can be a little bit on the slippery side. So which of these phones has the nicest design? Well, I think it has to be the Samsung Galaxy S3. The glossy look, the curved body, and stylish finish just make it a little bit better looking than the HTC One X. The old, very, very small looking design now of the iPhone 4S didn't really stand a chance. The S3 comes sporting a whopping 4.8-inch screen. It's a big step up from the 4.3 inches found on the Galaxy S2. It's extremely bright, and text and icons, photos and videos all look extremely crisp. The iPhone 4S uses the same display as the iPhone 4, which is fine by us as the Retina display is stunning. Text is pin sharp and colours are handled very well. The downside is that it's only 3.5 inches on the diagonal. The One X is similar to the S3 with a screen only slightly smaller at 4.7 inches. In our testing we found it to be bright, colourful, but with lackluster viewing angles and a few production issues that caused problems. So which mobile has the loveliest screen? Well, again, I think it has to be the Samsung Galaxy S3. The S2 set the standard for excellent colour and vibrancy, and the S3 takes that and adds extra real estate, which can only be a good thing. Powering the Galaxy S3 is a quad-core Exynos chip running at 1.4 GHz, backed up by 1 GB of RAM. We expected the quad cores, but we did have our hopes set on a slightly higher clock speed. It's still monstrously powerful, but other phones do offer just a little bit more grunt. The iPhone 4S's processor isn't quite as potent on paper. It's got a dual-core 1 GHz chip. It does use what it has extremely well, providing a significant speed increase over its iPhone 4 predecessor. The HTC One X is showing off the big guns with a quad-core chip clocked at a slightly more impressive 1.5 GHz. So which phone is a processing powerhouse? The HTC One X offers a slightly nippier processor than the Galaxy S3, so on paper at least, it's coming out on top. The S3 offers the same 8 megapixels as the previous Galaxy S2, rather than upping the stakes to 12 megapixels as we'd hoped. There are some cool extra bits of software on board though. For example, a burst mode that can take up to 20 photos really, really fast. The iPhone 4S's camera is also 8 megapixels, and it's one of our favourite cameras on a phone ever, beating new models like the Sony Xperia S and indeed the HTC One X. The One X also uses an 8 megapixel sensor, but offers a wide f2.0 aperture and a backside illuminated sensor to improve snaps in low light. So which phone has the superior snapper? We reckon it's the iPhone 4S. The Galaxy S3 is powered by Android, which is Google's mobile operating system, but it's not that simple. It's running Samsung's TouchWiz software, which is the skin that is applied over standard issue Android 4.0 ice cream sandwich. In our brief hands-on, we found the software pleasant to use, although perhaps it's not quite as simple and attractive as HTC's Sense interface. As an Apple device, the iPhone 4S uses iOS 5, which is known for being particularly user-friendly and straightforward to use. However, the simple life doesn't appeal to everyone, which is precisely why the more technical, customizable Android has been able to flourish. The One X's Sense 4.0 interface aims to make Android more accessible by being easy to understand and simple to operate. In our time with it, we found it had done a good job of achieving those targets, and there are some pleasing tweaks to the stock Android experience that could shave valuable seconds off your phone using time. Without having had longer to play around with the S3, it's difficult to know just how helpful extra features like S-Voice are going to be. But we're keen to see how TouchWiz compares to Sense 4.0 and the ruthless simplicity of Apple's iOS. This final round is a draw for now. So which of these three excellent phones is the overall winner? Well, based on our first impressions, we think the massive bright screen and slick design of the S3 makes it a phone well worth getting excited about. But with Apple due to release another phone within the next few months, will Samsung be able to stay on top of the smartphone world? I want to hear your thoughts, so drop them in the comments or on our Facebook wall. I'm Luke Westaway, that's all for now.